to be here, and good afternoon to my senior. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So, anytime I'm asked to, speak at summits or events like this, I always, write things down. But the reality of it is that all this doesn't really matter. I just, acquire some knowledge, just, listen to my two, senior people speak, and I'll just put this down and say things that, we all can relate to. Because it's just like, when I was in school and they teach, I sometimes don't understand it until, I have to go to my teacher or my colleague and I'll be like, what did the man say? Sometimes you relate to things when, you can see them, this is happening, that, it's just written in book, big. Sometimes you can speak some English and you just ask and it'll be like, it's just, it'll be like, so this is what they're talking about, and you are cracking your head. So when I'm being asked to talk, I like to say things that are, relatable. You can know that, okay, this is what's happening. And that's just the reality of it. I always say that live in your reality. We tend to forget that every day when you wake up, that's the reality you're facing. I always tell my friends that whatever is happening, this is the reality. Sometimes I'm just like, I'm broke, or let me forget about it. Then I come back again, I'm like, this is the reality, so I need to face it. And throughout my, getting into the industry, starting a brand for myself, I think today what I just want to talk about is consistency. And I just want to say a very big shout out to Richmond, my manager, for putting this thing up. I'm so much impressed, coming here, seeing all of you. He's been doing this thing before we even met, for him to start managing me. And we've been working for over a decade, I'm sure. And he's been consistent with this thing that we are all, sitting here enjoying today. And that is the only thing that I want to talk about, consistency. And I think that's the only thing that, aside, the other ones that will say, okay, you need as a business person. And the question that we're all going to be asking when you're done with school is, what next? What do you want to do? I'm sure 98% of you sitting here probably have your plans. And the question here is, after your plans, what next? Because I don't think anyone will just come to school because of coming to school's sake. We all do have plans. That's why we are all here. That's why you're studying your various courses and all of that, because you have a plan. So the plan that you have, which is probably just an idea, how are we going to implement these plans? And when you implement these plans, what next? The next question is what? Dedication and consistency. One of the major things that I faced when I was coming up, be it my movie and the business, is I lacked consistency. I'll just do this minute, the next minute I'm jumping into something else. I'll do this. The moment I hear, hey, this business is good, I'm leaving it to it. Until about 5 years ago, I just sat down and I'm like, I listed all the businesses that I've actually, tried and just paused. And I'm like, I don't think there's anything wrong with these businesses. The only thing that is wrong is me not being consistent with it, because I've realized that other people, most of the businesses that I've started, people that probably just got inspired and did the same thing, have actually, made a lot of money or probably progressed doing that. And I asked myself, why haven't I gotten something from these businesses that I started? And I realized that I was not consistent. And in this world that we are, whereby we have social media, we are very lucky when you are into entrepreneurship, because it's quite easy. Most of you here probably have your businesses on TikTok, Instagram, and all of that. And bear in mind, no matter how big your company is, you still need social media to promote your businesses. And so I feel like we are very blessed. You all here are very blessed to be here, because you have your mobile phones. You could literally just start a business right now as I'm talking to you. You can just create a business page now. But the problem is, what next? So we all do have plans. But the only problem is consistency. Just be consistent, dedicate, put yourself into the business. I opened my wine shop 2017. I just opened it because I'm like, I have friends, they drink, let me open a wine shop. When I opened the wine shop, after some years, I realized that this is not for me. Because one, I don't go out. And the kind of places that I have to go, I need to go to, clubs, I need to go to places that I can meet, people that dream that can buy from me. So I realized that the business, when I make the money, it goes back into the business. So I was not getting my capital. I was not making the kind of money that I needed to make. Then I realized that I was not into the business. I was just doing the business. Don't just do the business. Make sure whatever you're doing, you are part of it. So when you wake up, something is pushing you that I need to go and chase the money. I need to do this thing. So that was what happened to me with the Fela Wine and Liquor. I was just there like, okay, where am I going to get clients? Where am I going to get clients? I was just so much more into the business. So just few things. Let's, get ourselves involved in whatever field that we want to do. I chose to be an entrepreneur. You can also decide to, pursue your career. You can decide to, further your education after now. Be a lawyer, be a doctor. If you want to be an entrepreneur, as I am, I chose this path because I feel this is what's working for me. And what have really worked for me is me being consistent and putting myself in whatever business that I'm doing now, and it's working for me. So, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I like the fact that when Precious was mentioning the traditional careers, she started with So I'm very happy because I'm on the path. Thank you very much for mentioning that. So, okay. Miss Nana has the microphone now.
Sure. Hello, panelists. Good afternoon to everybody. I think you checked my name at the beginning, so I want to make a little correction.
Oh, please forgive
the
me.
name is Akusiana Alexis Openingwa Okokwachina, not a foreign one. Thank you very much. Speaking to entrepreneurship, I discovered only one thing to the conversation we're having here, which puts me at what I have mastered in, that is brand consultancy and personal development. And for any of such entrepreneurial journeys to start, just as Fela mentioned, you first need to identify yourself. Where are you headed? What is the end goal? Beyond the school, the question we are asking, what next? Whilst you're in school, a lot of companies are looking for students or graduates who are experienced. And when I speak to students, the key thing I ask is, what are you doing during your vacation? That is giving you the experience that the companies are looking for. Aside that, what do you identify as your strength? Every individual do have strengths. What do you do easily without anybody pushing you to do it? These are your strengths. What are the things that you do equally with a lot of stress? Your friends keep pushing you, keep trying. It will work. These become your weaknesses. And sometimes within those weaknesses are our biggest strengths that we don't identify. And so these are questions that I want you to put on your mind. What is my strength? What is my weakness? The end game. At the end of the day, what do I stand for? My worth. Regardless of what people are thinking or saying, what do you want to be known for? If today I fell down here and I didn't wake up, what do I want to be known for? That is a question that you should place in your mind even before you're done with school. The other thing I want us to look at is the design assignment for every individual. As we sit here, if you look at your childhood, the journey you've been on, how you started, family that you were put in, and I thank God for the fact that we are able to identify that we do not choose our families. If we have a chance, I'm sure majority of us won't be sitting here today. We'll perhaps be in the US or somewhere else. But unfortunately, we don't have that choice. And so we all have an assignment to serve, a purpose. And you have to ask yourself, at what time is that purpose going to be fulfilled? Always give yourself timelines. These things may seem as though they don't matter today. But by the time you're out of school, you realize that life is fast-tracking. Everybody's going, and your friends that you started with, like everybody's looking elsewhere. And so to become an entrepreneur that is sustainable, or become somebody who is doing something that is quite sustainable, you ought to know who you really are, where you are going, and then above it all, the kind of partners, tools that you need to make it function. I'm a PR person, and so when I'm talking about partners, what am I talking about? I'm talking about the people that you deal with every day. I see a problem and I want to fix it. What kind of people do I need? The partners that I need to make sure that is happening. She saw the people in her space, that is Bibi, and realized that yes, they needed food. Beyond the food, she needed people to help her to cook. She needed maybe gas or cook pot or she needed a quote to make sure that the work is functioning. She needed utensils. She needed to go to perhaps a or wherever else to get resources. And these become part of the tools that you need. Your tools are right around you. Your friends, they are the tools that you may need. And so finding the right circles. We've heard over time that your net worth is part of your network, or your network, vice versa. It is indeed true, and so if you want to select people you want to grow into the future with, and I'm happy I just saw one of the key people who actually played a role in my career in the media space, because I'm a trained broadcast journalist, also a marketing person before becoming a PR person. And I think Bolaray, you're here. And so he's one of the key people who actually pushed voice or words into my career, and I picked it from there. And one thing I have realized with him as a person is that the brand has been consistent, just as Fela was mentioning. And so you have to be consistent. I identify that this is the journey I want to be on. And I'm sure if you asked Bola, he would not be sad that I'm sitting here today. He would be proud because I have been consistent. I wanted to impact people. I wanted to help people develop. And so how does that apply to my personal life? These are things that I want us to ask ourselves. Leave these questions with you, and then remember that when celebrations come, you have to have them. Celebrate the little wins. Don't expect like the delayed gratification we're speaking about. If you're able to put an idea together, celebrate it. And it's not easy. 1 million people are thinking about the same idea, and you put it together, you have structures, you have a plan of how it can navigate itself. It means that you have a celebration. The same applies to our failures. They do okay. And so when the failures come, accept them. Don't run away from them. Don't flee. And I'm proud that at least Fela is identifying something for us today. It means she has identified the failures that came with the things she decided to work with. And that is something that will make you become that great entrepreneur, or answer that question of what next after school. Thank you.
Wow. Today I'm just learning so much. I'm learning so much. Just like Precious said, she has penned down some things. Even though she is part of the panel, she has penned down a number of things. And as you all can see, we've been surprised. We've all been surprised. Let's put our hands together for him. Let's put our hands together for him. He's the reason that we've gathered here today, because I understand that around 2012, 2013, Mr. Richmond Amufasa Espa went to visit him in his office, and he's had this dream. And he promised him that he would always support him, and indeed, he has shown up. He's a man of his word. Please, let's all stand and acknowledge him, because without him, we wouldn't be here this afternoon. We are so grateful for you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, please, let's take a seat. Okay, so he's Bolaray, as we all know, but he's born Nathan Pabna Anochi Edisi, and he's a prominent media mogul, an entrepreneur, an influential figure in Ghana. He's best known as the CEO of EIB Network Group, a media company that owns several top radio stations, including Star FM, Asapa FM, Empire FM, and as well as GH1 TV. His rise to prominence has been marked by his innovation and leadership in Ghana's media and entertainment industry. He had his early career and education as a media personality on Drive Time on Joy FM. His media career in radio began in the late 90s, but he became a household name with his work at Joy FM, where he hosted Drive Time for over a decade. In 2014, he left Joy FM to focus on building EIB Network, which quickly became one of Ghana's largest media networks. Under his leadership, EIB Network expanded into various sectors of media, including television, radio, and digital platform. As an entrepreneur, aside from his work in media, Bolaray is a successful entrepreneur. He's the founder of Empire Entertainment, a company that organizes the annual Ghana Meets Niger concert, one of the biggest music events in West Africa, and manages several artists. His vision has helped bridge the gap between Ghanaian and Nigerian entertainment industries. His philanthropy went beyond his business ventures. Bolaray is involved in various charitable activities. He's passionate about giving back to society, especially through educational support and community development initiatives. Please let's put our hands together one more time for him. And thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Okay, so before we come back to Bolaray, let's I think Mr. Enoch has the microphone. Okay. I understand that Bola would have to excuse us, and so pardon me, Mr. Enoch, you then let Bola speak on the topic that we have today with them. Okay. Thank you. Please, can you pass the microphone? Thank you.
Hello. Well, thank you very much, Madam Moderator. And anyway, I've been called to speak. I wanted to hear from Enoch first, and then we can go on. So maybe if we can allow Enoch to speak to us for 2 minutes, I think that why not? I should be able to do with that. I'm taking part in a funeral service, a vigil that's coming up tonight of the 2 ladies or girls who passed. So that's why, I'm coming here, be late, and then after I'm going there as well. But as well, wonderful to hear from you, So, you want me to go ahead? Anyway, thank you very much for indulging me. So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. Pleasure to be with you. I think that is like my second time coming onto this campus to engage students. It gives me great joy and filled with much pride as well. I would like to stand on all protocol and say thank you to all our speakers. I believe that you've done justice to the topic that has been given. Moderator, I hope that is right. Okay. But I want this to be an engagement. I want us to talk. I was given a topic to come and, share ideas with in terms of how to position yourself for the job market. 25, 30 years ago, I was back in school, so I know how it is like, navigating this path. And it's important to have mentors, to have people to come through and career guide you, if you may. And that is why anytime I get such an opportunity to engage with students like you, I don't take it for granted. I really want us to engage. Let us know the rudiments, how to go about it, and indeed how to succeed. As for the job market, you get in there. But how do you excel? I believe our panelists have done justice to it, giving you the path, coaching you, telling you about it. Because in Ghana, I've realized that not many people want to share their success stories or even their challenges with others. But when you go to the Western world, it's something that they engage industry, academia engage industry to say, come and share your thoughts with us. Even if you fail, what did you do wrong? And I believe that is why we all need to applaud, the Ghana Tertiary Awards for putting this together. Please, a round of applause for everyone on the team. Indeed, 10 years ago, he came over to, even before 10, I think it was 2012, 2013, coming to me at Empire and saying that, look, I'm a young man coming up. I really want to learn the ropes and know how to go about it. So I'm delighted that 10 years on, even with the Tertiary Awards, he's come thus far. This afternoon is simple. I want to engage you as an entrepreneur myself. I've seen firsthand potential in graduates to excel. In 2014, when we set up EIB Network, I took up a bold challenge to start up with talents from school, fresh from school, and those even in school. I remember our payroll, we had over 500 workers in 2014. 300 of them were fresh, they were new out of school, and that is why she was telling you about it. I remember she was with our marketing department, sales, very hardworking, diligent to a core, and that is why we believe that people like you should position yourself for the job market. It's unfortunate that in certain institutions or universities or tertiary education institutions, you go out there and you can't get the right material. Either the people are not qualitative because, like many say, they go through the school, they don't let the school go through them. So they're just there, I just want a degree. And now you have a lot of people doing that. At first it was marketing, now here is law. Everybody after whatever wants to go do law. Now it's something else for other people. But really, are you in there for the academic Are you there for the tuition, or you just want to say, oh, family wants me to go to school, so that is why I'm doing that? Please, university education is broad. Be passionate about what you want to do. If you are studying agriculture and you believe that you are not passionate about it, don't let anybody force you. If it's medicine, if it's IT, and you feel that my field is another place, sit mom and dad down and tell them why you want to go. Because look, it's for life. University education is for life. You spend your formative years in secondary school, but university you make friends out there for life, and you have to be serious about it. Let's not toy about it. Let's not feel that, oh, we just want to get that certificate and after that is it. I've seen people 7 years on, you still meet them and you don't have a job. Why? Because they don't have what it takes. Quality is important. Yes, have the fun, but be focused. So like I said, I meet a lot of young people, and the thing is, look, it's not qualitative material. Let's cut to the chase. That's what it is. And I beg of you, I will implore you. Yes, you want to have all the fun, you want to do whatever, engage in other activities, positive though. But please, know why, the number one reason why you are here. Because after the 3-4 years or whatever that you are here, life will face you. And you have to, now you plan for family, now you plan to settle down. It is important because it's going to go with you. So get quality education. For me, that is one thing that I want to tell you this afternoon in terms of how to do it. Because the job market is competitive. Again, our attitude. I see very sharp people. Yes, they are getting 3.9, GPA 3.8, 3.5. It's good. But what's the attitude? They are lazy. So you get people coming out of the university, you employ them, and you don't get value. So that person might be a first-class student, second-class student, but does he or she possess that discipline? I found a lot of first-class students. It's either they are lazy, they are giving excuses, and all of that. So they just learn to pass. They want mom and dad to know that I'm in school, I'm doing well. Please, let's not add to that data. Let us have a mind shift, a paradigm shift. That yes, I'd rather take on somebody who got a second-class lower and who's focused on the job, will give me results, is there on time, and is diligent. Because you take that first class upon all the knowledge, you give them business to execute. 1, they don't bring it in on time. 2, you set up a meeting, oh, come through, let's do this. They are not there. And it's one excuse after the other. Especially in this your age and era of technology. You go home or you are in school, books are there, but it's always on social media, checking out what is new, So really, it's not as if you are not brilliant. It's not as if there's research to prove it. That first it was our friends, it was games, around our neighbor. Now you are competing with your car, your phone. Even in marriages, a lot of marriages are collapsing because people are just having partnership with their gadgets. People go out there and you don't have friends anymore. Just last week I was reading a report and they said AI has developed that you can be here, and we're even doing it now. Social media, the person is in Finland. They make you laugh and all of that. So the physical person that you don't even, because you're checking their pictures, they're checking what they're doing, they're traveling to Greece, they're going to London. You have a connection, an emotional connect with that person out there that you don't even know. You've not met, but because it's a friend on Facebook, on Instagram, on Snap, that is it. That your friend who's here in Ghana, with you in school, you hardly know. Your neighbor, how many of us know our neighbors? 5 neighbors, but as you mentioned 5 neighbors that you know in your own area. And that's the reality. So it adds up to the discipline. You might be brilliant, but after school, you are just not disciplined. So if I employ such a person and I need a report for a board meeting, is that person going to be diligent enough to give me that report? Will that person be there on time? Is that person a manager or a leader? So please, in today's world, the job market is competitive. That is why being at home, it's not as if they can't get a job, but you can't meet up. You do interviews and what really you are looking for, you can't find it, so you can't employ them. Please, let's not add up to the narrative. Let's be different. Employers are looking for individuals who stand out. Theoretically, they are good, they have the knowledge, they understand the value proposition, they know why I'm employed in this company, why I wake up. And there's a story of a cleaner who works at NASA. Now, I bet we all know NASA, right? They go to space and all of that, doing aeronautics. So this cleaner gets up every morning, goes to work, cleans the place, gets it done. So one man called him one day and says, look, I see you every time, hardworking, you're there, you're clean and all of that. What do you do in this business? Why do you come to work? He says, my mission is to get man to space. He didn't say, I come here to clean. He does that every day, he's doing well. Somebody asked him, so why do you even come to work? Why do you go to work? He said, my mission is to get man to space. He didn't say, my mission is to come and keep this place neat. Because he knows that for people to be there to go to space, you need a healthy environment, you need a clean environment. If it's nasty and doesn't do his job well, it will affect the whole chain. That is how we should value ourselves. If we are the security person in the business, we do our job well. If we are a midline manager, we do our job well. If we are the boss in there, if you are an entrepreneur, and we see a lot of people set up businesses because, oh, somebody is doing so below, so I also want to go into the business. It's fun, it's nice. Be creative. You're an entrepreneur, you're in school, you want to get some side gig. Why not? But check the statistics. After a year, 2, even 6 months, many of them will collapse. It's not because the willpower is not there. You want to do it, but you have consistency. Some people even get money, people to finance them. Oh, take 2,000 seats, go and set up the business. It gets blown up because they're not diligent, they're not consistent. And that is what you set us apart. Because look, people are watching. I don't know about this university, but in many universities, employers come into the school, they scout, and they know people who are doing well. Some get employed right on campus, and at the school they are in business. Is that your situation? How many of you have gotten job placements? Can we see my hands? And I want this to be engaging as possible. How many of you are schooling and working? Anybody here? Oh, raise your hand up. Or if you are doing your own business, how many of you? Oh, only 4 people. The guys, what are we waiting for? Is somebody in the second year, final year? How many of you are in final year? A whole lot of you. And you don't have any business on the side, vacation business, nothing. I don't think mom and dad will be happy with you. From today, that should change. And I'm serious about it because you should get in there and get a vacation job. I can see the boss of Game, right? Right here. Why can't after this take a call card? Tell her, I want to work in your lottery department. She's doing a fantastic job. I want to do something for you in your IT department. I want to work with accounts, in communication, PR. I can be one of your people to go out there. She might be looking out for people. In Ghana, we go for functions, we go for weddings and all of that, and we just walk through. At the wedding, there might be that Supreme Court judge or appeals court judge or that lawyer that you can do something for. Running an errand for, helping their PR, social media, it's job. If at the end of the month he's paying 1,000 cedis, that's something on the side. Rather than idling about and asking mom and dad every time from hand to mouth. So from today, let it be said that on this day, after here, on Monday, many of us were out there looking for jobs to get us going. Your mom can be the richest, Oprah Winfrey. Yes, fine. Or Alaka G, richest African woman. It's fine. Or Bill Gates. But still, like they say, a program should do. I don't think mom and dad will be there and you come to it and say, oh, I'm earning 2,000 Ghana cedis a month, and they'll be proud of you. So it starts now. Let's look at that. Also, skill development. Many of us, we come in there, oh, we did BSc that. BSc admin, marketing, accounting, financial accounting, administration. But we don't develop our skills. Computer literacy, we just do it up to a point. That is it. We don't develop what we studied in school, that is it. The job market is not like that. I came through with my finance officer, and we tell you, Adi is now an events person. He's a footballer. When we're going to play games, he gets involved. He's now my video man as we are coming. That's another job that he's doing today. He didn't trade for it. And it's the response, the attitude that will get you in there. Just last 2 weeks, we honored people who worked with us for 10 years. And there was one gentleman in the IMA. He came through as a front desk executive. Schooled, he's now an HR person, a practitioner. He's moved on to be a producer of the show. He's a technician. So last year, when I started doing 10-10, I said, look, this guy deserves a ticket. All expense paid, go to Dubai and go and relax. The man everybody's coming to thank. But that is how you should identify talent. You develop skills. You don't come and say, oh, I'm a receptionist. So that is it, 10 years and they are there. You find that in public, organizations, and they are entrenched in that position. I'm the security man, I'm the financial accountant, and that is, they don't want to upgrade. So I use age man at 20 years, 25 years. No, let that not be our story. Please, we can be an engineer, we can be a pharmacist, but we can multitask. Let's develop our skills, because you never know. I've met lawyers who are some of the best creative content, providers that we can get. So please, this is a perfect example here. She's an actress, but she's an entrepreneur. I've seen some diapers when I was working, and I hear you point at me. Congratulations. Please put your hands together for her. She's a brand ambassador or something, right? But that is it. Fela is taking territories. So as you come out of school, even while in school, let's ensure academic prowess is good, but ensure that the foundation is great. Develop your skills. Participation, having excellent grades is beautiful, but please, let's develop our skills. There are online courses for us to get certifications. We can do that. Personal projects as well. Also, let's seek opportunities. I think I talked about this. Knock on doors. As I walk out of here, if some of you want to engage, it might not necessarily be me employing you, but I can direct you to other people. I love to engage people, and I love to hear people say, look, and I like great minds who will tell you, I have this and I want to scale it up. But Ghana, we don't ask the questions. You just see the people, yeah, hello, hi, and then we go. There might be that opportunity there for you. Let's take advantage of it. And you and your youth, please, let's do that. And volunteer work. How many of you are volunteers here? A lot of volunteers. I love that. I volunteered when I was at the University of Ghana. I really university. My background is in marketing and in accounting. But because of being a volunteer, I love to be on radio and all of that. We're not being paid. But that is what has chosen my profession for me, because I loved it. I was an entertainment prefect back at the Accra Academy. Became an entertainment secretary at Legon at Central University. I thought I was doing that on the side. Now my hobby is putting money on the table. And I've seen people who turn their hobbies into great professions and they're making money out of it. Now you cannot look down on any career. Back then, 25 years ago, if you tell people, oh, I sew, they'll be laughing at you. Now we have top fashion designers. I just go back from Ivory Coast. And the fashion show that they put up, if the woman tells you how much he's making a week, thousands of dollars. 25 years ago, people would have frowned on it. So back to university, I'll be pound here. But now people have done it. Oswald Boateng, go to Savile Row, out there in London, gets the best of clients. You've got lawyers who are out there, they're doing best of suits, and they're making money on the side. So whatever your thing is, if you want to sell, you want to market, let no one discourage you. I can't be telling you that. If it's a small business, you're doing Sopolo or doing ginger juice and all of that, focus. You might be the best of it. Growing up, we heard of a lady called Nkulinu, Esther something. And she did palm oil or canned, and then what is it called? The juice, palm juice. What's it called locally? Palm wine. Bottling it. That's way back. And now it's a big thing. When she started, I think people would be laughing at her and saying, I think we will just put in a calabash and all of that. Why do you want to bottle it? But that's a visionary. Today you go out there to Asda supermarket, you go to Sainsbury's and all of that, and you have palm wine. You bought some in New York. There you go. There you go. So please, let no one discourage you. We have our traditional medicines. Now people are taking it to China, to the Himalayas. They do it in capsules and they bring it back to Africa. And we have the source here. We look down upon it. But they come for it here. Go and add value. Same with our cocoa. Same with our gold. They come for it. Go and add value. Come and sell it for us. They say, oh, I'm wearing a Rolex. It's a gold, whatever. I'm wearing this. I have chocolates. It's coming from Switzerland and we're happy. you can be that game changer. You can start it off and say, look, let me turn this, they have this from, is it Burkina or something they call it, right? I want to see somebody put it out there and say, look, I research into it, it is healthy, and that's development of your skills. So please, let's just do that because there are a lot of opportunities. And I want to wrap it all up by saying that, look, in doing all of this, let's be passionate about it. If you think that you are not passionate about it, don't start. When we started back then in 97, 98, that makes me old, eh? But I started early, don't worry. That's it. I was like, what, 18, 19 then. So people were laughing at us because you go to school and you're a DJ. Me, I got into it because of necessity. At the point, my mom is a single parent, I have to support. So I said, let me just do that. I think I was 17, 18. So people would see me at the club and come and tell my mom, hey, one or bad before no church, no school. I mean, I didn't smoke. I was just playing my music. I enjoyed music, and I was just playing my music. And also to make sure that after that, confidence of Aphrodisia will say, oh, this is some 50 cities for you back then, or 100 cities. And that's what I'll pile up and pay my fees. So you should know that you are passionate about it and commit to it. When they tell me a boomerang, you come at 10, you are there, you close at 4 a.m. The next day I have a paper, I'll go still and write it. Because I knew the end game. So those who say, oh, he's a DJ and they're laughing. Yes, we all go and do constitutional law, write it, first there, or directive principles of state policy. We'll still take the exam correct. We'll come in and do financial accounting along with you. We'll do marketing. We'll do quantitative methods. We'll still write it. After that, you see me a boomerang and Aphrodisia and I'm chilling. But I was looking out for the money. I was passionate about that. And I said to myself, and some friends that I had, I said, how can we scale this? Because you feel that DJing is for school dropouts. DJing is for people who smoke and they don't have anything in life. How can we change that narrative? And that should be your story. And we were telling people that I think we can be the first DJs with degrees. I think we can be, so that is it. Change that narrative. And when we came out, I wanted to be a lawyer and everything. I went branding to my mom and said, no, yes, the law, I want to do it, but maybe not. Yes, the marketer, I want to do it. I refuse this with DJ. I'll DJ, I'll be on radio, I'll be an on-air personality. And that is it. 25 years from here I am. It pays my bills, it takes care of me, and most importantly, it makes me meet all the top people I want to meet. It opens doors. And that should be your story. You can start from that small dream. So please, whatever you're doing, equip yourself with the right skills and be passionate about it. If you know that you are not happy about what you're doing, you are being forced, master, drop out. Today, no, just think of something that you love to do. If it's medicine and you're, yes, I see doctors, they're happy, taking care of patients, they're passionate, some nurses. But I also see some nurses say, my medicine in there, my mom says I should test it. So if that thing, the injection card I give you, they are not happy. Some of them, Charlie, it's survival, that's why they are doing that. So they don't have that joy. I've seen lawyers, they're out there, they don't want to even take up cases. They want to be a top designer, but the family says, we want a lawyer in our family. And that was it. I've seen somebody who mentions, I want to be a podcaster, I love to be behind the TV and talk. But my parents says, no, I should be an accountant. It's boring for me. It's there. So please, let's follow our passion. If it's an accountant you want to be, please go out there. If it's a lawyer, if it's an actress, be the best in your field. And know that. Don't just settle for less. Don't be average. Be above average. Don't just go in there, excel. And I want to see you all in the next 3 to 5 years. That many of you invite me to your companies, to your businesses. You sell your products to me, I also get to buy from you and sell things to you. But most importantly, be disciplined. Thank you very much.
The clap for you goes without saying. The clap for you goes without saying. I believe we've harnessed a lot from him. We've harnessed a lot from him. So right after Mr. Enoch's speech, I will open up for you to ask questions so that, like he said, he wants it to be very interactive. I want you to talk to us. I want to hear the question that you have for us. I also have questions. Yeah, we are all learning. So now Mr. Enoch can take his bite.
Good afternoon. I don't know how many minutes I'm allocated to this, because I know we've been here for quite some time, and so I want to make it quite brief.
Okay.
Especially when you have to speak in Bolaray speaks, you don't have to say much. But I really came here today prepared to have a conversation with my brothers and sisters. And my approach or style was going to be very different. I mean, not with any speaking notes necessarily, but a lot of motivating words for you. Now, I'll share a story now. And this is a practical life story, my own story.